The borough of Princeton was settled in 1696 and incorporated in 1813. On September 3, 1783, George Washington rode to Nassau Hall to receive the news that the Treaty of Paris had been signed, which officially recognized America's independence, and Princeton had become the first capital of the new nation. Princeton's Central Business District, across from Princeton University, is the heart of the Princeton region, and Palmer Square, which was built in 1936, is the focal point for leisurely strolling, shopping, and dining. Many of the surrounding townships and boroughs, like the city of Trenton, Hamilton, Hightstown, Hopewell, Pennington, and Westminster, also relate to the name Princeton, but the borough of Princeton has become the hub of the entire Princeton region. Is steeped in history and has a charm of its own, which makes it worth visiting. Located midway between New York City and Philadelphia, Princeton is the ideal place to go for a day trip. Klook is an awesome booking platform which allows travelers to book everything from tours and activities to tickets and attractions to shows at great prices. Thanks to the convenient app, travelers can now access the most popular attractions and hidden gems at their fingertips. Klook has two special promotions going on right now. The first one is Under the Pink Sky, or Cherry Blossom Package, which goes on until April 30th. And the other one is Shades of Summer, which goes on until May 30th. In my description below, I will leave the special promotions going on that you can book with Klook. Princeton University is one of the top Ivy League colleges in the world. Located in Princeton, New Jersey, founded in 1746 in Elizabeth as the College of New Jersey. Princeton is the fourth oldest institution of higher education in the US and was one of the 9 colonial colleges chartered before the American Revolution. The institution moved to Newark in 1747 and then moved to the current site 9 years later. It officially became a university in 1896 and was subsequently renamed Princeton University. Princeton provides undergraduate and graduate instruction on humanities, social sciences, natural sciences, and engineering, while being a distinguished research institution as well. As of October 2021, 75 Nobel recipients, 16 field medalists, and 16 Turing Award recipients have been affiliated with Princeton University as alumni, facility members, or researchers. The main campus consists of more than 200 buildings on 600 acres in the heart of Princeton. The first building on campus was Nassau Hall, completed in 1756 and situated on the northern edge of the campus facing Nassau Street. Nassau Hall was the first seat of New Jersey legislature in 1776, was involved in the Battle of Princeton in 1777, and was the seat of the Congress of the Federation and thus the capital of the United States from June 30th, 1783 to November 4th, 1783. In 1966, Nassau Hall was added to the National Register of Historic Places. Located on campus is the University Chapel. Its architecture makes the chapel one of the most beautiful buildings on campus. It was built between 1925 and 1928 to replace the Marquand Chapel, which had been destroyed by fire. It seats nearly 2,000 people, making it the third largest university chapel in the world. Princeton has a lot of places where you can see cherry blossoms, including Princeton University, Prospect Gardens at Princeton University, Sand House and Gardens, Witherspoon Street, Holland Ridge Farms, and Terhune Orchards. You can make a trip to Princeton just for cherry blossom viewing. Not too far away from the central business district is the Princeton Battle Monument. The Princeton Battle Monument commemorates January 3rd, 1777 Battle of Princeton and depicts General George Washington leading his troops to victory and the death of General Hugh Mercer. It stands 50 feet tall and was inspired by the carvings on the Arc de Triomphe in Paris. Designed to visually anchor the western end of Nassau Street, the monument and the Princeton Battlefield State Park are a huge part of the legacy of Princeton. Aviasales is a trusted service for buying cheap flight tickets, with no extra fees or markups. The innovative flight search will not only find the best option for you for your specific dates, but will also offer another period when it will cost even lower, when the cost may be lower. Subscription to notifications can help to keep track of the cost of airline tickets at the moment when the price goes down, and the user will receive a message so to not miss out on a lucrative offer. Use my links below to start searching for cheap flights using Aviasales, and you can also filter your search by airport as well. Radical Storage provides travelers with luggage storage solutions so they can enjoy their holiday to the fullest, giving them an opportunity to eliminate problems with early arrivals or late departures from their home or hotel. Service operates in 70 different countries and 350 cities worldwide, with more than 3,500 storage points. With a fixed price of €5 per day, covering up to €3,000 per bag, it will make your travels much easier knowing you don't have to carry your bag around the city while traveling. Use my links to get started. Just a mile southwest of Princeton University is Princeton Battlefield State Park, which preserves the land where George Washington fought and won the crucial Battle of Princeton in 1777. On January 3rd, 1777, the peaceful winter fields and woods of Princeton Battlefield were transformed into the site of what was considered to be the fiercest fight of its size during the American Revolution. During this desperate battle, American troops under General George Washington surprised and defeated a force of British regulars. The Battle of Princeton gave Washington his first victory against the British regulars on the field. The battle would extend over a mile away to the College of New Jersey, now Princeton University. The Princeton Battlefield was listed in the National Register of Historic Places in 1966 and designated as a National Historic Landmark. The famous Mercer Oak was a large white oak tree that once stood in the middle of the battlefield, not far from the spot where General Hugh Mercer fell during the Battle of Princeton. During the Battle of Princeton, Mercer was stabbed by an English soldier's bayonet. According to legend, he was unwilling to abandon his troops and rested on the tree's trunk while they stood their ground. After the battle, Mercer was taken to Clark House, where he died from his injuries 9 days later. The oak tree has since become the emblem of Princeton Township and has appeared on the seal of the township. Built in 1772, the historic Clark House is central to the Battle of Princeton, fought on January 3rd, 1777, between the Continental Army under the command of General George Washington and the British Crown forces. The Clarks, a third-generation Quaker family of the Stony Brook Quaker settlement, turned the house into a field hospital after the battle, taking in both British and American wounded. Despite being cared for by Dr. Benjamin Rush, signer of the Declaration of Independence, American General Hugh Mercer died 9 days after the battle from being shot and bayoneted. The historic Clark House is the only remaining structure from the time of pivotal victory that set U.S. Revolution on the road to success, and the heritage and meanings of their struggle for independence within its walls. The iconic colonnade that graces the western side of the battlefield park stands near the original location of the home of William Clark, one of the brothers who farmed the surrounding land at the time of the battle. The columns and lintel actually originated as portions of the mansion of Philadelphia merchant Matthew Newkirk, who had commissioned Thomas Walter, later the designer of the dome of the US Capitol, for its construction. The colonnade is more than just an architectural curiosity, since it is placed to serve as both an entrance and a marker for the gravesite of fallen soldiers that lie nearby. This structure can be considered a fitting tribute both to the Americans who fell at Princeton and by echoing the ancestry of ancient Greece, a reminder of the long history of the ideals of freedom and self-government for which they fought. SafteyWing's Nomad insurance is the world's first international travel insurance developed to meet the need of entrepreneurs and remote workers traveling or living abroad worldwide. It's the travel insurance that works for you around the world and covers COVID-19 or any other unexpected quarantine. If you want to have a sense of relief while traveling around the world, I would suggest getting SafteyWing's Nomad insurance. The link is in the description below if you want to find out more. If you have an extra 2 to 3 hours, I would highly suggest visiting Princeton to visit Princeton University as well as Princeton Battlefield State Park. Both are historic sites worth visiting.